Welcome back to Franchise Nation Radio. Last time we were here, we went over the end of regular season recap. We went over the Yankees' record, their statistics for batting and pitching, the award getters for the AL and NL, the league leaders for the AL and NL, and just all around, all the stuff you want to know, the playoffs. All that stuff is in the end of regular season recap video, which there will be an annotation on the screen for if you missed that video. But here today, we are here to go over the offseason, the re-signings, the free agency, all that good stuff is what we are here to do today. First things first is some coaching changes. Joe Girardi is staying on the staff. He is the manager, but the hitting coach and pitching coach have been fired. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, did not exactly do a good job, and he has all negative attributes: negative K per 9, negative break, negative home runs per 9, and negative stamina -2. So they went out and they got Donnie Henderson to be the new pitching coach of the New York Yankees. And as far as hitting coaches goes, Brian Hendley was let go, and Bobby Henley is the new hitting coach. He is the current, or the last season was the hitting coach of the Washington Nationals, and now he is with the New York Yankees. The Yankees also got a new farm director, and that is Robin Ventura, was let go by the Chicago White Sox as their head coach, and now he's going to be the farm director of the future of the New York Yankees. Now let's move on to the re-signings here for the Yankees. Luis Severino, a total of 3 years, $5.5 million contract. That is $1.8 million per year. So for the next 3 years, they plan on having Luis Severino as a key part of this rotation. He upped himself in potential last year. He had a good season towards the end in September call-ups. He had a great AAA and AA last year, and they expect him to be a big part of the rotation in 2016. Move on to the next guy, Brian Mitchell. He pitched well as a depth guy. When Michael Pineda pitched bad, when he was injured, Brian Mitchell pitched well coming up from AAA. 2 years, $1.6 million total. That's $790K per year. Just another depth guy to have. Will spend AAA to start off. If they ever need him, he'll be called up. Michael Pineda. The Yankees were reluctant about this one. They did not know if they wanted to give Michael Pineda, who pitched poorly. He's injury prone. But they decided to go after Michael Pineda and get him back for 2 years, $5.1 million, which is $2.5 million per year. But the thing to keep in mind about Michael Pineda, if he performs badly, they will not be hesitant to trade away Michael Pineda and get somebody who can help them out. Maybe call up some depth guys. Michael Pineda is not safe on this roster. His spot all depends on if he pitches well. A starter who did pitch pretty well in 2015, surprisingly, and also got rewarded for it, Nathan Eovaldi, the Texas kid. 2 years, $5.2 million total, which is $2.6 million per year. He'll be back with the Yankees. He was arguably the second best pitcher on the Yankees in 2015, behind Tanaka, and now he's being rewarded for it as he's a Yankee for 2 more years. Justin Wilson in the bullpen, re-signed for 1 more year, $2.5 million. Next guy, David Carpenter, also brought back for another year. 1 year, $1.8 million. He had a great season. Wilson had a good season. Chasen Shreve brought back for another season. I'm not sure if the next lefty in the bullpen is going to be Chasen Shreve or it's going to be Jacob Lindgren. But Chasen Shreve has been re-signed for 2 years, $1.6 million. That's $800K per year. Andrew Bailey, brought back for depth purposes. He'll be in AAA for 1 year, $950K. This is where things get interesting. Dellin Betances, the man who won AL Reliever of the Year, led the AL in saves. He's brought back as our closer for 3 more years, $10.5 million over those 3 years. That's $3.5 million per year. So Dellin Betances, coming off his AL Reliever of the Year award and leading the league in saves, is now back as the New York Yankees closer. Greg Bird, the man the Yankees plan on having their starting first baseman this year, is back. 3 years, obviously. 3 years, $2.8 million contract. That is $933K per year. Jose PIRELA, the utility man, will be back once again. Most likely will start off either in AAA or on the bench for the majors, just to be back as a utility guy. He had a hot streak there towards the end of last season, but he kind of cooled off to start the season and went back to being Jose PIRELA. He's back for 2 years, $1.4 million, $700K per year. Well, Robert Refsnyder, the man the Yankees plan on having their starting second base position this year. 3 years, $2.7 million total. That's $900K per year. And you can definitely expect to see Refsnyder on the Big League Ball Club, most likely as their starting second baseman. And then Jorge Mateo, down in A-ball this year, will be re-signed for 3 years, $2.7 million, $900K per year. Mateo is who they want to be their shortstop of the future. He's fast, he's young right now, and he is definitely the guy they're looking for to be their shortstop here in a few years. Kyle Parker, he was acquired last year in the trade that sent CeCe Sabathia and Mason Williams to the Colorado Rockies, and the Yankees picked up Kyle Parker, the former Clemson Tigers starting quarterback and starting outfielder, is now back with the Yankees. 3-year, $2.4 million deal, $800K per year. They don't know if he's going to be in AAA. They don't know if he's going to be on the bench, but Kyle Parker is definitely back for 3 more seasons. Anthony GIANSANTI. This man was a prizing pickup last year. They traded Garrett Jones to the Cubbies in return for Matt Caesar, who spent most of last year in AA. And they also got Anthony GIANSANTI, who performed quite well. Started in right field, started at second base. He can play literally any position on the field. And Anthony GIANSANTI is rewarded for it. 2 years, $1.5 million, $750K per year. So Anthony GIANSANTI, the Connecticut native, is back in the Bronx, or possibly in the minor leagues, but he is back as a member of the New York Yankees organization.
And now I'm back to let you know.
Aaron Judge has also been re-signed. 3 years, $2.7 million, $900K per year. Aaron Judge is the man they expect to be their starting right fielder this year. 6'7", an absolute mammoth at the plate. Could have played anywhere. Could have played basketball. Could have played football, but instead he chose baseball. And Aaron Judge is now going to be the starting right fielder for the New York Yankees. Adam Warren, also rewarded for his pitching last year. He was one of the better pitchers on the staff. 1 year, $2 million extension. He will most likely be the long reliever heading into the season. While Jared Burton, 1 year, $2.8 million deal. He was arguably the third best reliever behind BETANCES and Miller. And Jared Burton has been rewarded for it. 1 year, $2.8 million extension. John Ryan Murphy has also been re-signed. They don't know if he's going to be the backup or he's going to be the AAA catcher. He's going to be 2 years, $1.4 million, $700K per year. So John Ryan Murphy is back as a member of the organization. While Didi Gregorius also has been brought back. 1 year, $730K. This is a guy that the Yankees did not know if they wanted to bring back. He is definitely not their long-term solution, but he plays a solid defense. They don't expect him to really do anything at the plate, but Didi Gregorius for $730K is not exactly a bad guy to re-sign for that price. So Didi is back. As of right now, he is their starting shortstop, depending on what happens going into free agency, but as of right now, he is their starting shortstop. And the 2 big names that the Yankees let go were Ivan Nova and Austin Romine. Romine was the 2015 backup catcher. He wanted a $2.6 million contract to be the backup catcher as a low 60 overall, and the Yankees were not exactly wanting to do that. He only hit .218 last year, so Austin Romine, he hit the road. He's going into free agency. While Ivan Nova, same deal. He wanted a bit more money to be a bottom half of the elder rotation guy. They weren't even sure if he was going to be in the rotation this year because they wanted to go out and sign people, and he didn't really have a role in the team. He was either going to be a AAA, he was going to be the bullpen, and they wanted Adam Warren in the bullpen, so Ivan Nova, they just don't want to bring back. So he is also hitting the road into free agency. Now let's move on to the interesting part, and that is free agency. Who are the Yankees bringing in to be new members of the New York Yankees in 2016? And first guy they brought in was Tom Ullman, first baseman, 19 years old, B potential, 74 overall, an absolute insane bat. Whoever drafted this guy just didn't believe in him, so they didn't sign him. So he's in free agency. The Yankees jumped on him. 1 year, $160K, minor league contract. He'll be in AAA to start off the season, but if Alex Rodriguez struggles at DH, fully expect Tom Ullman to be in the big leagues at 19 in that starting DH spot. Or if Greg Bird struggles, fully expect either Ullman or Parker to be filling in at first base. The Yankees also tried to go after 2 big-name free agents, one of them being Ian Desmond. They wanted to get a better shortstop, obviously, and Ian Desmond would have filled that role at 30 years old. They wanted to get him for 3 years, which would have gotten him to 33, $51.6 mil, which is $17.2 mil per year. Big contract for Ian Desmond, but unfortunately, for the Yankees, Ian Desmond went back to the Washington Nationals. So he is not leaving their team. He's got loyalty, which is a rare trait nowadays in this business, and you can definitely give him props for that. While Jeff Samardzija, the Shark, 2 years they offered him $27 million total, which is $13.5 per year. But Jeff Samardzija, the former Chicago Cub, then Oakland Athletic, and last year Chicago White Sox, is now going to be playing for the crosstown rivals, the New York Mets. He decided to decline the Yankees offer and go play for the Mets in Flushing. The Yankees will also have a new backup catcher this year. Brian Pena, the former Cincinnati Red, former Detroit Tiger, former Kansas City Royal, is now a member of the New York Yankees. He's going to be the backup catcher. He's got a decent bat, switch-hitting catcher, double flap helmet. He's going to be the backup. Definitely a solid guy to have, definitely a better bat to have on the bench other than Austin Romine, who's been let go into free agency, or John Ryan Murphy. And the Yankees also tried to go after Gerardo Parra, who they offered 1 year, $4.6 million, to be either the fourth outfielder, maybe the starting right fielder if Judge struggles. If someone gets hurt, Parra will go in the starting position. But Gerardo Parra declined that Yankees offer despite being the highest interest at the time, and the Red Sox came in and swooped him up in the last second. So Gerardo Parra is going to be the starting right fielder for the Bo Sox, so the Yankees will be seeing a good, decent amount of him this season. And they also missed out on getting a left-handed starter, which they needed, because as it standed going into free agency, their starting rotation shaped to be all 5 right-handers. So they wanted to go after a left-hander, and Scott Kazmir was the guy they were trying to go after at first. 2 years, $14.5 million for Scott Kazmir, which is a $7.3 million per year. Definitely overpaying the guy, and the Yankees, if you want to say that, they lucked out not getting Scott Kazmir, as he decided to go to the Detroit Tigers, who were going to be overpaying him instead. Now on to the rest of the signings, where the Yankees, they didn't add any big names this season. The biggest name they added was really Ullman and Pena, and Ullman's not even a big name, he's a minor league guy, so they didn't add any big names, but they definitely added a bunch of depth, a bunch of options that can play key roles in the team this year. First guy being Eduardo Escobar, the former Los Angeles Angel utility infielder, signed a 2 years, $1.7 mil, $850K per year. He'll be in AAA to start the season. Tyler Olson, filling that left-handed starter role. Tyler Olson, if you remember, is the American League Rookie of the Year in 2015, and for whatever reason, the Seattle Mariners just did not want to bring him back, so Tyler Olson is now going to be in the starting rotation, the sole left-hander in the rotation for the Yankees. 2 years, $1.9 mil, $950K per year. Ronnie Torreyes, former Houston Astro organization member, is now going to be on the Major League roster for the Yankees on day 1. 3 years, $2.7 mil per year, $900K. He can play second, he can play short, he can play third, he can play center. Utility guy on the bench, possibly the starting shortstop if Didi struggles, possibly starting second baseman if Refsnyder struggles. He could play anywhere, but Ronnie Torreyes is going to be the utility guy on the bench on opening day. Ketel Marte, the former Seattle Mariners prospect, is now a member of the Yankees organization. 3 years, $2.7 mil, $900K per year. Ketel Marte is going to be a shortstop, second baseman type player. And if Didi struggles, you could see Ketel Marte. You cannot see Ketel Marte. He could play second. He could play short. You never know. Once again, depth guys. All the rest of these signings that we're going to go over are all depth guys who are either going to be on the verge of calling up or going to be starting off in AAA on this season. And if someone gets hurt, they're going up. Someone struggles, they're going up. Next guy, that being, is Odubel Herrera, the leadoff guy for the Philadelphia Phillies in 2015. 2 years, $1.6 million contract to be a member of the Yankees organization, $800K per year. So Odubel Herrera is a guy they're looking to be the next guy to call up in the major leagues. If someone goes down, someone struggles, he's going to be in AAA to start the season. Raymond Fuentes, a guy who's not exactly good at the plate, but he is exceptional. And in the field, he's got great defense. He is lightning fast. 2 years, $1.6 million, $1.5 million extension, He is going to be $740K per year as a member of the AAA team. A throwback to 2014, MLB 14, the show Astros franchise, as Asher Wojciechowski is a member of the Houston Astros in 2014 and 2015, but he is now a member of the New York Yankees organization. He is their #1 depth guy, and that means if someone gets hurt, someone is struggling, Asher Wojciechowski is the first guy to be called up for the Yankees. 2 years, $1.6 mil per year, $800K, $1.6 mil total, $800K per year, excuse me. Another depth starting pitcher signed to 1 year, $700K in that 1 year is David Hale, a veteran pitcher who's going to be spending his time in AAA to start the season, 28 years old. Once again, he'll be behind Wojo for the #2 depth guy down in AAA. And the last signing the Yankees went after is Delino DeShields, another outfielder, a lightning-fast outfielder, spent last season with the Texas Rangers, season before that in the Houston Astros organization, signed to 3 years, $2.3 million total, $766K per year. He'll be in AAA once again. And Delino DeShields, lightning fast, could possibly see in the bigs, you never know. And that wraps things up here for the off-season video, heading from 2015 into 2016. This is what the roster looks like. Those are the guys they brought in to be a part of the organization. They got new coaches, they got new bats, they got new pitchers. Not exactly any big names, but the Yankees are in a transition period. They got rid of all the old guys last year. A-Rod's really the only one left. McCann is a veteran guy, but he's their starting catcher. Ellsbury's the starting center fielder. Gardner's starting left fielder. They have what they want in the roster, and the future is bright here in the Bronx. So with that being said, that will wrap things up here for the off-season video. You've been listening to Franchise Nation Radio, and I've been your host, JerseyBorn. And I'm saying goodbye.